V8 monsters you've never heard of, the forgotten titans of muscle. Muscle cars are full of legends, but not all of them get the spotlight. While names like the Mustang, Charger RT, and Camaro Z28 dominate the headlines, there were other beasts lurking in the shadows. Rare V8 monsters that could take on the big boys, and sometimes even win. Today, we're diving into three forgotten titans: the 1972 Pontiac Ventura Sprint, the 1969 Dodge Charger Daytona Street version, and the 1970 Oldsmobile 442W30. Get ready for a trip into muscle car history that most gearheads never talk about. 1. 1972 Pontiac Ventura Sprint. The 1972 Pontiac Ventura Sprint was Pontiac's answer to compact performance in a sea of full-sized muscle. At first glance, it looked like a modest, budget-friendly coupe, but the Sprint package added visual flair and performance upgrades that made it stand out. It came with the Pontiac OHC6, or a small block V8, but the real enthusiasts went for the 350 cubic-inch V8. With up to 175 horsepower in stock form, it wasn't a drag strip monster, but it was quick for its size. The Ventura Sprint was light, nimble, and fun to drive. Many owners compared its handling to European sports sedans of the time. Its unique selling point was combining American styling with a dash of European-inspired performance. In an era dominated by big block engines, the Ventura offered a different kind of thrill. The Sprint package included stripes, sport wheels, and a rally gauge cluster. It wasn't a flashy car, and that's why many people overlooked it. But that also made it a great sleeper. The Ventura shared its platform with the Chevy Nova, which meant plenty of aftermarket parts were available. This allowed gearheads to easily upgrade it for serious performance. Some owners swapped in 400 or even 455 cubic-inch Pontiac V8s for huge power gains. With those swaps, a Ventura Sprint could embarrass much more expensive muscle cars. It became a favorite among budget racers in the 70s. The car was also popular with younger drivers thanks to its lower insurance costs. Unfortunately, Pontiac never marketed it aggressively. This meant it remained in the shadows of the Firebird and GTO. Today, finding an original Sprint is rare. Most have either rusted away or been turned into drag strip warriors. Collectors love them for their uniqueness and sleeper appeal. The car's understated looks hide its potential. Pontiac engineers knew it could handle a lot more power than it was sold with. That makes the Ventura Sprint a tuner's dream. The 1972 model year was also the last before stricter emissions regulations hit performance hard. This gives it a special place in muscle car history. Its value has been climbing as enthusiasts rediscover it. Many compare it to a mini GTO with its styling cues. The Ventura name would live on, but the Sprint package would fade away. This makes the 72 Sprint a one-year wonder in many respects. Pontiac fans consider it one of the most underrated muscle cars. Its combination of lightweight and upgrade potential made it deadly on the street. You could buy one cheap, throw in a big motor, and outrun almost anything. The car's simplicity makes it easy to maintain even today. It's a piece of Pontiac history that deserves more attention. The Sprint proved that you didn't need a giant V8 to have fun. And in the right hands, it could beat much bigger competition. That's why the 1972 Pontiac Ventura Sprint earns a spot on our list of forgotten V8 monsters. 2. 1969 Dodge Charger Daytona Street version. The 1969 Dodge Charger Daytona Street version wasn't just a car. It was a weapon built for one purpose: domination. While most muscle cars fought battles on the drag strip, The Daytona was born for NASCAR speedways. Its most striking feature was the massive nose cone that sliced through the air like a knife. That, combined with the towering rear wing, gave it an unmistakable silhouette. The aerodynamics weren't just for looks. They were engineered for record-breaking speed. Under the hood, buyers could choose between the legendary 426 Hemi or the 440 Magnum 5.8. The Hemi version pushed 425 horsepower, making it a true street missile. In NASCAR trim, the Daytona broke the 200-mile-per-hour barrier, a first for the sport. The street version brought that race-winning DNA to everyday drivers. It was big, bold, and completely unapologetic in its design. The car's long, sleek lines made it look fast even when parked. Only 503 units were made to meet NASCAR's homologation rules. That rarity makes it one of the most collectible Mopars today. The Daytona's engineering was revolutionary for its time. The nose cone reduced drag, while the wing created downforce at high speeds. Dodge built it purely to win, and win it did. On the streets, it was nearly unstoppable in a straight line. The 440-powered version offered more low-end torque for daily driving. Meanwhile, the Hemi was a beast that came alive above 4,000 RPM. With a 4-speed manual, it could run the quarter-mile in the low 13s, in stock form. It was more than just speed, it had presence. Driving a Daytona made you the center of attention everywhere you went. It wasn't subtle, but it was brutally effective. The car's massive size didn't stop it from handling well for the era. Mopar fans still debate whether the Daytona or its sibling, the Plymouth Superbird, was the ultimate aero warrior. For collectors, originality is everything, and surviving street Daytonas are treasures. Many ended up on the track or modified heavily, making untouched examples extremely rare. In its day, the Daytona was too extreme for some buyers. But those who understood it knew they were driving history. It represented the peak of the muscle car arms race. Its NASCAR roots gave it instant credibility. Today, its value easily reaches into 6 figures. The Daytona proved that engineering could beat brute force. It showed the world that aerodynamics matter, even for muscle cars. The street version gave everyday drivers a taste of championship-winning performance. With the Hemi, it was a factory-built race car in disguise. It's one of the few muscle cars that scared both rivals and insurance companies. In the Muscle Car Hall of Fame, the 1969 Dodge Charger Daytona has its own special wing. Pun intended. It's loud, it's fast, and it's unforgettable. That's why it's one of the most legendary yet misunderstood V8 monsters ever built. 3. 1970 Oldsmobile 442 W30. The 1970 Oldsmobile 442 W30 was a wolf in wolf's clothing. It didn't hide its power, it bragged about it. The 442 stood for 4-barrel carburetor, 4-speed manual, and dual exhaust. By 1970, it was already a respected street fighter, but the W30 package took it to a whole new level. Under the hood was a massive 455 cubic inch V8 producing 370 horsepower. More importantly, it pumped out a monstrous 500 pound-feet of torque. That torque meant instant acceleration at any speed. The W30 engine came with a special high-lift camshaft and aluminum intake manifold. It also featured functional outside air induction through dual scoops in the fiberglass hood. Those scoops weren't just for show. They fed cool, dense air directly into the carburetor. The result was brutal mid-range power and impressive top-end speed. The W30 package also included a lightweight battery and less sound insulation to save weight. Inside, it offered bucket seats and a floor-mounted shifter for a true muscle car feel. The exterior sported bold stripes and W30 badging to warn rivals. Buyers could choose between a Muncie 4-speed manual or a heavy-duty automatic. The 442 W30 could run the quarter-mile in the low 14s, impressive for a big block. On the street, it had a reputation for humiliating smaller, lighter cars. The suspension was tuned for handling as well as straight-line speed. Oldsmobile engineers wanted it to be more than just a drag strip weapon. With front disc brakes, it could actually stop as well as it could go. The steering was precise for its size, giving drivers confidence at high speeds. While other muscle cars felt raw, the 442 W30 mixed power with refinement. It had the luxury features of an Oldsmobile, but the heart of a street racer. This balance made it appealing to older buyers who still wanted performance. On the highway, it cruised effortlessly, but a quick downshift unleashed all its fury. The dual exhaust system gave it a deep, thunderous growl. Car magazines of the time praised it as one of the most complete muscle cars. It wasn't the cheapest option, but it was one of the most respected. The W30 wasn't built in huge numbers, making it rare today. Surviving examples with original parts are especially valuable. Many owners kept them in pristine condition, knowing their significance. The 1970 model year is considered the peak of 442 performance. After 1970, emission regulations began to choke muscle car power. That makes this W31 of the last pure, unrestricted muscle monsters. Its combination of torque, style, and comfort is unmatched. Collectors hunt for them because they represent the best of both worlds. At car shows, it draws crowds who know its legacy. For those lucky enough to drive one, the experience is unforgettable. It's not just about speed, it's about the way it delivers it. The 1970 Oldsmobile 442 W30 was the gentleman's sledgehammer, and it remains one of the greatest muscle cars to ever hit the streets.